Hi everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you're doing great. This is Anuk. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. So guys, today I'm gonna tell you the full story of Bad Parenting Game. The game explained to us a small family consisting father and mother and a small child. And like any marriage couples who has their first child asking themselves the same question. Do I know how to raise this child well? Am I providing him with a good life? Am I a good mother or good father to this child? The story begins with the mother coming home late from work every night. The father stays at home all the day because he has unemployed and drinks. Let us say he drinks bad drinks. Because the family, their routines are repetitive. What happened yesterday happened today and will repeat tomorrow. The mother comes home exhausted and tired from work. And her excited, happy child, whose mother comes home after a long day from work, saying to his mother, "Mom, you come late again?" The exhausted, tired mother said to her child, "I was busy at work. Can you have some sympathy for me?" And her poor son said, "But today is my birthday." And the mother does not want to hurt her son's feelings, so she tells him, "I know that." And her son said, "Then where's my gift?" The mother didn't know what to do, so she started telling him a story. Have you ever heard of Mr. Redface? On the birthday of good children, Mr. Redface secretly leaves gifts while they're sleeping. And her son was happy and he said, "Really?" And she said, "Of course. If you want to get your gift, you have to go to bed right away." Her son said, "I'm going to bed right now." And the father came behind the child and said to his wife, "You're fooling the kid again. How many times you have come home this late?" The mother said, "I was busy and my shift ended late." And he said, "Bullshit, you still think I'm idiot, don't you?" And he turned to his child and insulted him and said, "Go to your room. Don't stand here eavesdropping on growing up conversation." And the son said, "Okay," and went to his room to sleep. And when the child was sleeping in his bed, he hears something walking around. The child was very scared, and after a while opened the door, a monster in his hand a doll. He entered the room and looked at the child. And then he went to the closet and into closet. And the next morning the child wakes up and looks around and he's surprised by a gift in his room. And he said, "Is that the gift from Mr. Redface?" "No way." The gift was a doll, and her neck was tilted. And the doll said, "Hi, I'm Ron." And the child said, "What? You can talk?" And the doll said, "Of course, I was created by magic." And the child said, "You even have the same name and appearance as me." And the doll said, "That's right, my master made me just for you." The child said, "But your neck seems a bit loose." The doll said, "It's okay, sometimes my master makes mistake. This is just a small flaw compared to the other dolls. What is important is that from now on I'll be your best friend." The child said, "That sounds wonderful. Do you want to play something else with me?" The doll said, "My master stored my toys in the closet. Could you get them for me?" And the child went to the closet and tried to open, but it wouldn't open. The doll said, "The closet is still stuck. Can you try again?" And the child tried again, but still can't open. The child said, "I have tried my best. I can't open it. Do you want me to do something else?" The doll said, "I'm hungry." The child said, "You're a doll. Can you even eat?" And the doll said, "No, you'll be the one eating, but I'll be able to feel everything you eat. My master linked all your senses and emotions to me, so I can easily understand you." And the child said, "Wow, that's amazing." Then the child with the doll went to the kitchen to eat it. His mother left to him a note on the fridge saying, "You are reading this letter of 1 p.m., aren't you, sleepyhead? I have prepared your favorite dish in the fridge, so remember to heat up before eating. You know I don't have much time at home, so please learn to take care of yourself and stop making me worry." One more thing, don't forget to take your medicine after eating, Mom. And then he put the doll in the chair, went to the fridge, bring the food and hit it. And the doll started talking again and said, "Is that your favorite dish? Do you want to see me perform some magic?" The child said, "Yes, please." And the doll said, "Alright, I'll make this plate of food never run out. Every time you finish eating, the dish will be restored to its original state." And the child said, "Wow, that is amazing. What else you can do?" And then something strange happened. The child was shocked. And the child said, "What? What just happened?" And the doll said, "I don't know, you guess." The child scared and said, "Oh no, the bottle, my dad is gonna whip my ass. I hope he's still asleep." And the doll said, "Your dad? Don't worry, my master has taken your dad away." And the child said, "What did you say?" And the child searched his father everywhere, but he didn't find. And then he came back to the doll and said, "Where is my dad?" And the doll said, "As I said, my master has taken your dad away." And the child said, "Why?" And the doll said, "Because your dad is a bad person. He often hits and yells at you. Parents like that are taken away by my master to protect children like you." The child said, "But that is too much. My dad didn't deserve that." The doll still saying, "He's a bad person." And the child said, "No, he's not. Please let my dad go, I'm begging you." And the doll said, all right, but my master won't like this. It's quite a long way to where your dad is being held. You'll have to use a shortcut if you want to get there in time to save him." The child said, "Show me the way." And the doll said, "The shortcut is through your closet." The child went to open his closet again. He tried to open the closet, but he can't. And the doll said, "You still can't open it. That is disappointing. I guess we'll have to use your parents' closet then." Then he went to his parents' closet. And the doll said, "You should know that these closets can function as portals. They can take you everywhere you want, including where your dad is being held in. Give it a try." And the child opened the closet and said, "There's nothing in here." And the doll said, "Alright, I forgot there are a few steps you need to take to activate the shortcut. Bring your dad's radio and place it in front of the closet. This radio will work like an elevator button. You need to select a frequency first. If you choose the right frequency, the door will open to the place you need to go." Seems like that is not it. Let's try again. I think this is the one. Go ahead and step in. I'll stay here and watch the house. The child went inside and met a cat there, and she said to him, "What's up?" And the child said, "I'm looking for my dad." And the cat said, "Describe." And the child said, "My dad's name is Bruce." And the cat said, "Wait a moment. There are many Bruces here. Any more details? Is this Bruce a good Bruce or bad Bruce?" And the child said, "Well, my dad is the kind of person who gets a bit angry." The cat said, "So he's a bad Bruce. Let me see. There are still many bad Bruces. More specifics, please. What else does he do?" And the child said, "He often yells." And the cat said, "Still not enough information." And the child said, "Sometimes he hits me and flames too." The cat said, "Then," and the child answered, "That's all." And the cat said to him, "The door's behind you." When the child turned around, he found the children there. They scared him and they were laughing, and he said to them, "Who are you guys?" And the kids said, "Just like you, we are kids on our way to find our parents. We are staying here for a bit. Do you want to join us?" And he said to them, "I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry." And they said, "See you later." And the child went to the next gate to find his father, and he saw his father suffering there. And he said, "Dad," and the father kept repeating, "Stop punishing me." And the child said, "What has done to you? Come on, let us go home, or Mr. Face will take both of us." And the father keeps repeating, "Stop punishing me." And it turned out the child was in the closet and was hallucinating. And his mother said, "What is wrong with you? Why are you hiding in the closet?" And the child said, "Mr. Redface has taken Dad." And the mother said, "Well, that's a good thing then." And the child said, "I'm not joking, it's a long story, let me explain." And the mother said, "How's your doll Ron doing today? It's alright." And he said, "The doll? Mom, how do you know about it?" The mother said, "Of course I know, since you happened to take your medicine today. This isn't the first time you have had such hallucinations. Every time you tell a different story, but the common factor is always that doll. Don't you remember the previous time?" And he said, "No." And she replied, "I don't know what's wrong with you. Just go to your bed. It's midnight already." And the child went to his bed to sleep. And then something strange happened and he fell to the ground. And his mother said, "What just happened, son? Are you alright?" And she said to him again, "Do you feel better?" And he said, "Yes, Mom, it's Mr. Redface." And the mother said, "It's alright, tomorrow I'll take a day off to stay home and take care of you." And the child said, "Really? Promise me." And she promised him, and the child went to sleep. And when he woke up in the morning, he was calling his mother and said, "Mom, you break up the promise again." And he saw the doll was beaten and said, "What happened to you?" "My master beat the shit out of me. He wasn't happy about what happened yesterday." And the child said, "I'm sorry, this is my fault. By the way, have you seen my mom anywhere?" And the doll said, "My master has taken her away." And the child said, "What?" And the doll replied, "It just happened. I am sorry, I couldn't stop him. You should run away because he'll come back soon to take you too." And the child said, "No, I have to save my mom and my dad too." And the doll said, "How? Don't you see what he did to me?" And the child said, "I found this at my dad's prison. It might help us defeat him." And the doll said, That's the spell to defeat Mr. Redface. Come on, quickly go into the closet to find where your mom is being held." And then he ran to the closet to find his mom. And then he saw his mother sitting there and crying. And the doll said to him, "Quickly throw the spell in here and take a cover." And then he threw the spell and take a cover far away. Then he saw Mr. Redface entering there. And then he saw their green light, which means the spell worked. And then he came back to the doll and saw her burning there and said, "What is happening to you?" And the doll said, "My master has been defeated. The magic he cast on me is also fading." And the child said, "Are you disappearing?" And the doll said, "Don't worry, this is what I wanted. You should go outside and see your parents." He saw his parents there and said, "Dad, Mom, you all are fine now." The father slapped the mother and said, "You've been having an affair, don't you?" And the mother said, "I told you I was busy with work." And he said, "Liar, you've neglected this family for another man. Aren't you ashamed to lie to your son?" She looked at him and said, "And what about you? Do you think you're better than me? You're just at home, leeching off me all year round. What kind of father are you? No matter what I do, it's my business. I still bring money home to support my child. And if you still think I'm whore, you're lowering yourself even below that." He looked at her with hatred and slapped her again and said, "One more work." And she said, "Fine. Enough is enough. You and I will get divorced. One of us will have to move out of this house. If you still here tomorrow, I'll take my son and leave." And the mother went to her work. And he said, "You stay right here." And the father was sitting there thinking and drinking. And it turned out Mr. Redface is the father. And he said, "I won't let this happen." And he went to his son's room, angry and nervous. And he killed his son, broke his neck without mercy. And he threw the dead body of the child in the closet for a long time. And the child, he didn't believe what happened to him and said, "No, this cannot be true." And the doll said, "I am very sorry, Ron. Your closet, I think you're able to open it now." Ron went to open his closet and he shocked when he saw himself there. And he said, "This is me, why don't you know anything about this? You have always known, because I am the knowing part of you. You have tried to deny and reject these things and made up stories to make yourself feel better about you and your dad. And me, I have to find a way to lead you back to the reality. I've tried many times, many ways to help you accept this truth as easy as possible. And every time I fail, guess what happened? Tick tock, boom, your memory sets back to the start point, which is the night your dad murdered you." And he said, "How long have I been dead?" And the doll said, 14 days. And he said, "It can't have been that long. What really happened to my parents?" As for your dad, he's hiding in a cheap motor room. And it turned out that the father was in the motor room and his ghost son was visiting him and torturing him psychologically. And he said, "What about my mom? She still sees me, doesn't she?" And the doll said, "That is right, because she's only at home late at night. But if it is daytime..." And when the mother comes late at night and left in the morning hurry, she discovered that her son had been dead in the closet. and she cried a lot. The police was interrogating the mother and they said, "Do you have any clues about your husband's hiding place?" She shook her head. She didn't know where her husband was hiding. But the police saw a card on the ground and they said, "You dropped something, ma'am. What is that?" And she looked at the card and said, "It's a business card from a motel, but I'm not sure it's a mine." And it turned out the spell the child threw it to save his mother was the business card from a motel. And the father was arrested and imprisoned. Ron's innocent soul was lost because of bad parents. And Ron joined the children who died in different ways. And the sad story ended. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. See you next video. Ciao.